You're watching this because you want to learn exactly how you can your life. You're feeling stuck in the same patterns, making the same mistakes, and then you're wondering, why is nothing changing? Why is it the same shit, the same results? Nothing's happening. What's going on here? And the whole reason why this random guy on the internet called Gagandeep Kapoor, but you can call me Gagan, can relate and can understand is because I get it. I have been there too. But in actuality, you can turn it around. You can make real changes. In this video, I'll break down the actionable steps I implemented to unfuck my life. And bear in mind, younger Gagan was a dumbass, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. Most people try to fix their lives by adding new habits and new routines. They keep adding on more habits, more routines until their day is jam-packed, and at night they tell themselves they're not gonna go to sleep because this one guy told them to stay up all night and save the city like Batman did. This is not the answer, because if your foundation is broken, no habit will work properly. This is where the first principles thinking comes in. Instead of building on top of assumptions, you strip down everything to its core and figure out the true roots of the problem. For example, when I was struggling financially, I didn't just tell myself I'm bad with money and just live with that. Instead, I just deeped it and told myself, what is money? What role does money play in my life? And what's the most simplest way that I can manage it? Breaking it down like that gave me the system and the clarity to avoid myself continuously reckless spending because it was getting too bad. I'm now going to tell you exactly how you can start. First of all, pick one area of your life, like health, relationships, gym. Ask yourself, what is the real issue here and what assumptions are you making that in actuality might not even be true? When you deconstruct the problem, when you really think about the problem and its roots, you're gonna be seeing exactly what needs to change. But identifying the problem on its own isn't enough. You're also gonna need to understand the patterns that are keeping you stuck. Now that you've got the problem, let's address it. You ever just go on like a train or something like that and you just look around and you just think that these people aren't real, they're just NPCs, they're just living on autopilot. In actuality, I think a lot of us live on autopilot. Our habits, our decisions, and our emotions, they run on loops that we aren't even aware of. And if you're stuck in this loop, round and round and round, how are you gonna move forward? Is this continuous cycle? When I started becoming more mindful through practicing meditation, I noticed patterns that I didn't notice before. Let me learn. For example, why I was procrastinating, why I was avoiding certain tasks, or why I craved validation. Once I saw those patterns, I could then interrupt them. Now I'm gonna tell you exactly what you can do too. Spend 5 minutes a day practicing mindful meditation. Just watch your thoughts. Don't judge those thoughts. Don't be overthinking your thoughts like crazy, because you already are overthinking to an extent. Just be aware of those thoughts that are entering your mind. You can also journal about your decisions at the end of the day by asking yourself, why did I make that choice? What patterns am I noticing? Once you start noticing your habits and your thought processes, you'll realize how much of your day-to-day life is actually your non-conscious brain. You'll realize that maybe the people on the trains aren't just NPCs. Maybe you're living like an NPC too. And when you notice those patterns, you'll start uncovering the deeper parts of yourself too. The parts that you've been avoiding. The parts of your life that often feel broken. That's often where your shadow self is running the show and taking the spotlight. For me, my shadow self appeared before I went to the gym. Before I started going to the gym, I avoided the gym because of the fear of failure, because I was looking weak, or maybe because I didn't want to look like a right dumbass. So that's where my calisthenics journey started. And I was training on that floor right there, doing push-ups, squats, ab exercises before I got into the gym eventually. But eventually, when I faced that fear head on, I told myself I didn't care if I'd fail. I wasn't gonna care if I looked like a dumbass in the gym. I'm gonna go hit it. I'm gonna go learn. And this caused the most growth, not just from a physical perspective, but also from a mental perspective too. Now I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can utilize this for yourself. Write down the traits or behaviors that you dislike the most about yourself. Be honest and be blunt with yourself. Ain't no one reading this, so don't be lying to yourself. Ask yourself, why do you reject that part of you? And what is this trying to teach you? When you stop running from your shadow self and instead learning from, embracing it, you're gonna be unlocking a more stronger, a more complete version of you. Even after confronting your shadow self, there's one more step you need to take control of your life. You need to rewrite the story that you're you're living. The stories you tell yourself actually define your reality. Trust me on this one. If you keep telling yourself, I'm lazy or I always fail, you're gonna manifest that and you will be lazy and you will fail. When I recorded my first video, Watch This to Move Faster, in my opinion, it was a decent video. But you can just tell my eyes were just moving like this across the script. I was so unbelievably boring. It wasn't engaging at all. I don't even know what I was talking about half the time. And I could have just told myself, I'm a bad YouTuber. I'm a bad presenter. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to communicate messages. Instead, I reframed it. I told myself, you know what? This is just my step one. This is just my first chapter. It's going to be like this. I'm going to be improving as I progress. And I can't be comparing my chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. I can't be looking at Alex Amuzi's videos and being like, I'm not like that. I can't present the way he does. It was a minor shift, but it changed everything. Here's exactly what you can do. Firstly, rewrite one negative story about yourself. For example, instead of saying, I'm bad with relationships, tell yourself, I'm just learning how to communicate better. Create a future narrative as well. Write the date down and just write 5 years from now, I'm grateful I embarked on this journey. 5 years from now, this day was the turning point. When you change the story, when you change the narrative, you change your identity, because change, first of all, comes from within. And that's exactly how you can create a future that you're proud of. Unfucking your life isn't about waiting for the perfect magical moment. It's more so about breaking patterns, facing your fears, and rewriting your story. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one step from this video, comment down below what that is, and act on it. Deconstruct, observe, deconstruct, observe, confront, or rewrite. Just start. Why should you start today? Because your decisions today will define your tomorrow. It's Gagin Kopo, but you can call me Gagin. Connect with me on Instagram and TikTok, GK Improvement. And other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.